Hello and welcome. I'm Peggy Morocco, and today I will be taking you through the steps on how to log into your virtual webinar classroom. Attending a webinar class will be fun. It may be a bit intimidating at first, but don't let all these directions scare you. I will tell you what's most important in attending the webinar classes, and once you get used to the control panel, you'll find that it's quite easy to operate. Most important, look for an email from me at least 1 hour before class begins. Log into the classroom as soon as possible so you can become familiar with your control panel. The email that you will receive from me will look like this. You will notice a link in which you will have to click on in order to launch the software so you can access my online classroom. This webinar will allow you to call in with your phone to the number that will be provided for you in your email. Using a landline will often give you better quality when listening to your online class. If you do not have free long distance, please do not call that number or you will be charged long distance rates on your telephone bill. The easiest way to attend a webinar class is by simply clicking on the link to launch the software and then sitting back and listening to me from your computer speakers and watching my screen on your computer screen. Once you click on the link in the email I send you, you should see the software starting to launch. If it does not launch automatically, then simply click on the Launch Software button to start the process. Type or paste in the meeting ID provided for you in the email you receive. Click Yes or Always, or Trust if you're on a Mac computer, if prompted to accept the download. As mentioned before, using a landline will often give better quality. The more VoIP means Voice over Internet Protocol, which means those students who choose to listen to the online class through their computers and through their speakers, and that's called VoIP. The more VoIP participants there are, sometimes the worse the audio becomes. So when possible, use landlines. Again, call in with your phone using the number provided in the email you receive only if you have free long-distance calling. Okay, now once the software loads, you will see a viewer window on the left-hand side and a control panel on the right-hand side. Now the viewer window that you will see on your left-hand side may look a little bit different depending upon what I have on my screen and if I in fact am showing my screen at the time. If I'm not showing you my screen when you log in, then this is the picture that you're going to see on the left-hand side. Now let's take a look at the control panel and we will discuss the components. You do not need to know the technical terms for this control panel. I'm only telling you this for you to understand how the panel works. We're going to see in part A, the attendee list pane. This is going to show you everyone who is in the virtual classroom. B is the Grab tab. This is going to enable you to minimize the control panel to the side of your desktop and still access other tools in this control panel as well. C, the audio pane, allows you an option to switch between using a mic and speakers, which again is called VoIP, or telephone. This is the most important feature on this control panel, because if you are planning on using your computer and listening to me through your speakers, then you must have the radio button, mic and speakers clicked. Please note where the arrow is pointing and make sure that the little button to the left of mic and speakers is clicked, or you will not be able to hear anything. If you are going to be using your telephone and calling in with the number that will be provided to you through the email that I send you, then make sure that the Use Telephone button is clicked. Remember, if you are phoning in to listen to the classroom, then long distance rates will apply on your phone bill if you don't have free long distance. Okay? Now we have chat pane. This will allow you to ask questions during the classroom. Remember, all students will be muted at the beginning of class to avoid interference. The only way you will be able to ask me a question is through the chat window during class. And E, meeting information. And this is provided for quick reference. This really isn't important to you at this point in time. But what is most important is to make sure that the Use Mic and Speakers button is selected, or you will not be able to hear anything through your speakers. If you are dialing in, then make sure the Use Telephone button is selected. Again, long distance rates will apply if you don't have the free long distance calling. You notice how the screen is minimized? If you see this on your screen, in order to use a component, simply click on the plus sign and that option will maximize itself. Click first and then type in the area where it says type message here, and then click on send. If you don't have a mic, then the chat will be the only way you're going to be able to ask any questions. A closer screen will show you the chat options. Click on the area B showing type message here, and then click the send button, D. Again, once class starts, all students will be muted. I must mute you all, or everyone will hear what's going on in the other person's house. Crying babies, barking dogs, lawnmowers, and any noises like that. After approximately 10 seconds, please understand that your control panel will automatically collapse to the right side of the screen with only the Grab tab displayed. Click on the double arrows to expand it. Be able to see my screen on your screen in either window mode or a full screen mode. To change the viewer window mode, click the window mode button from the Grab tab, or select window or full screen from the view menu on the control panel. That's it. Now sit back and enjoy. Once you get used to the control panel, you will find taking online classes are a lot of fun. Thank you so much for taking one of my online classes, and see you in class soon.